Now then guys, so what I've got here, I've made a sort of a mount up that holds, I've got the iPhone 5 on one side and the Nokia Lumia 1020 in the other. So I'm actually filming through the Lumia front camera now, which is giving me quite an orange looking face actually. Look like the Tango Man. Odd. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run both of them side by side, a familiar view out across my yard, which you've all seen on my vlogs and what have you before. And from that, that will give you an idea then of sort of like the difference between the two cameras and what have you, hopefully. So yeah, here goes. Right, so there you go guys. Now I'm running, and what I'll probably do actually is when I show you switching between, well, I won't switch actually, what I'll do is I'll probably split screen it, and when I put like some annotations on, I'll let you know also which phone I'm running the audio through. So let's just go around through some different light conditions here. Now to me, the Lumia is definitely giving brighter colours. I would say probably a bit over the top, the colours, and the iPhone tends to do it more sort of, I suppose, under true, if you know what I mean, so it looks a little bit sort of like more washed out and faded. But you know, I just thought if I give you familiar territory that's already been seen, then that'll give you a good idea of the two cameras running next to each other. So I'll just go all the way round and back around here again. You see, I'm looking at that blue on the wheelie bin, and to me the iPhone is definitely a little darker. It's not pulling in quite as much light there. Even when I move across there, I would say that still looks better on the Lumia, but of course, you know, once it comes out onto YouTube, things might look quite a lot different. So there you go. That's front facing now. iPhone 5, Lumia 1020. So yeah, there you go guys. Anyway, the rest of the vlog will be done on the Lumia, so there you go. Fred. Who's that? Oh, Pepper. You're here as well, are you? Who opened that bin and what's he doing there? Oh, here we go. And now we have Daisy too. So far, I've had an awesome bank holiday weekend. We had the grandson yesterday to try and give his mum a bit of rest. It would appear that there's like a sort of flu and that going around, you know. So yeah, we had him up here, and it's not really good having illness around the wife, and so like his mother wasn't well and our granddaughter wasn't well. They were both sort of like, you know, sickness, diarrhea, that sort of thing. So we had the little one here, and you know, he'd had a feed and what have you, and then we put him in his walker, and I came through to the kitchen and the wife was just watching him in his walker, and all of a sudden he projectile vomited all over his walker, all over the bedroom floor. So yeah, I had fun cleaning that up, and because we didn't want him really near the wife, I had to take him back home again. So I did that, and then my son decided he didn't want his wife handling his food, so I added an extra tea onto the list here and got that to him. And he's talking to them on FaceTime now. So yeah, I did that, and then it turns out he's come home today from work anyway. Yeah, he works today, Bank Holiday Monday. He works in sales in a carpet shop, so obviously, you know, he doesn't want it at work, so yeah, he's had to come home. And then I've just taken them to the doctors today, which is like you have to go to a sort of like a special doctor that's open, which is like round the back of Brilliant Hospital. So I've had that to do, and then I've picked up some Postcrete for the other grandkids, putting up a big swing set for them, but it's like it needs Postcreting into the garden, so I've picked that up, done a bit of shopping, and I'm just going to do as a salad for tea, I think. It's a bit overcast today and grey looking, but other than that, it's not too bad really. Anyway, I'll pin some stuff on the front of here from this and the iPhone. You have to let me know what you think really. What you think of the two cameras running side by side. I mean, this just gives some very odd sort of colours. Now obviously this is the front camera, but both cameras seem to really sort of, I don't know, make the colours a little too bright. It adds like a strange hue to everything. Anyway, so I'm going to get off and start tea, and I've got the dogs to feed as well, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Okay. So you can see it's now getting a bit later in the evening, and I think it's coping quite well with the light situation as well. It's just the greens it seems to really pick out. Yeah, it seems to really pick out the green, I've always found. And like there, it's showing up that ceiling as yellow on the screen. But as it comes out on the in the timeline, it actually looks a lot better. Yeah, so I've stood the seat back up anyway, I think you just saw that. But my I was going to take the top off that patio heater, and put it away, but the screws are totally rusted in, so I'm going to have to take a grinder to it. So I'll cut the screw heads off, and I might just shove a long nut and bolt through, I think, rather than put more screws in it. I'll grind the heads off, drill them out, and just stick a nut and bolt through. I think it's going to give better results. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I mean, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock, so gives you an idea. 8 o'clock this time of year. It's still relatively bright showing through the clouds, but yeah, it's not bad. It's it adjusts reasonably quickly to the light situations. Obviously it's best there because I'm looking into like the sky. I think the audio sounds better on this as well, guys. When the you'll see when this comes up, I've cut and chopped all the audio as well and marked out which is what, and actually it's just starting to spit. Yeah, it's just starting to rain a little bit. So yeah, yeah, I split all the audio up and told you sort of where the audio is and everything. So yeah, anyway, sorry I'm not looking at you so much, I'm more sort of like looking at this screen and sort of taking in what's sort of going on with it and that. But anyway, yeah, it's starting to rain. I don't want to get this phone wet because it's not mine. That wouldn't go down too well, and I don't want the bill either. Yeah, I mean, they're nice, these Lumias, and the the cameras are really good on them. I think the cameras are sort of like, apart from the sort of, I think the colour's a little distorted on them. It sort of overdoes it a bit. It's as if somebody's taken. So I suppose it's as if somebody's taken some crayons and really sort of like, you know, brightened them all up, sort of thing. But I don't know. It when it comes out in the thing anyway, I'll probably get a better look at it once it's all done. But I don't know. I suppose it could be just something to do with the way the data is transferred to the screen on the device, like. But you know, I'm generally impressed with them, and I don't think the Windows OS is actually that bad. I don't think it's as bad as some people make out. I still prefer iOS, I think, but the OS definitely isn't that bad. It's yeah, I mean, I suppose its main thing is it still looks slightly childish, maybe, but I suppose its main lacking is apps. You know, we really do need to get to, well, Nokia could really do with getting some people on board, you know, some developers. I don't know, some sort of incentive maybe to get apps developed for the Windows platform, because you know, I think it's got strong potential to really sort of like, you know, stand out. They need to get the app developers in and start getting it integrated more with like the desktop situation. You know, a bit more like Apple have done between OS X and iOS, like. And I think they could be onto a strong contender, really, myself. You know, it'd be a shame to see Nokia go, because they do make some nice devices. When they always used to be, you know, years ago when sort of like your devices became properly sort of pocketable and what have you. You know, the early Nokia phones were probably the best out there, and you know, I think they're still pretty good. They just they need some work, but no, they're good. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to go and get this last bit of footage put up, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Okay, so take care, and I'll see you next time.